Hi guys, so today's video is basically going to kill two birds with one stone, and that means this is going to be a basic acrylic application, and also the cuticle area application. I've been getting a lot of requests about how to apply the acrylic at the cuticle area, and so yeah, this video is going to help you with that. But I feel one of the first things we need to go over is product consistency, and basically that's your liquid to powder ratio, because no matter what, if the balls of acrylic you pick up are too runny and it's just watery and it's running everywhere, you're going to have a problem. Or if they're too dry, then the ball is going to get really hard and start setting before you can really smooth it out. So and keep in mind, everything I learned from Tammy Taylor. When I was in nail school, we watched her videos over and over and over and learned all of her techniques. So you can go to her channel and watch all of her basic, application videos, and that's pretty much what I try to do. So anyway, one of the things that she teaches is product consistency, and so that means knowing like the size of the balls you're going to pick up. So what you will have is your liquid and your powder, and today I'm using, speaking of Tammy, I'm using her P3 powder, which is pink, and it's a very, very intense dark pink. But anyway, so you have your brush and you have your liquid. Now, if you want to pick up a large ball of acrylic, what you will do, and I hope I get in close enough, what you want to do is dip your brush all the way in, press it down so that all the air bubbles come out of it. You see that? Okay. And then you take it out and you only wipe off just the bottom part, just the tip of the brush. Okay, that's like barely wiping it off. Then you put it in your powder and you drag for 3 seconds. Okay, and there you have, I'm trying to focus, there you have a large ball. Okay, now typically you'll probably only use a large ball if you're doing the one ball method, or you're working with a really long nail. Okay, so that's your large ball. If you want a medium ball, and that's typically what you would be working with, a medium-sized ball, you dip all the way in, press it down, and then you wipe it off halfway. Wipe off half of the brush. Okay, and then you do the same. Drag for 3 seconds. Okay, and there it is. And there's your medium ball. Now, then if you want a small ball, which would usually be the cuticle area or the stress area, or if you're just trying to fill in, any dips, put your brush in, bring it out, and wipe off the whole brush on the side of the jar. Wipe the whole brush off and drag for 3 seconds. And then this will also depend on the size of the brush that you're using. I always use size 8 brushes just because that's what I'm used to. I've always used size 8. But yeah. So there's your 3 sizes right there. There's your consistency. So again, know the type of brush you're using. Bigger brushes hold more liquid, so you'll have to make exceptions for that. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get started with the tutorial. I have my nail already right here, prepped, and I'm going to try to get this angled right because my tripod is in the way as usual. I haven't figured out a better way to set this up, so just bear with me. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit because this doesn't like when I get too close. Okay, so I have my nail. I've already prepped and primed. Let me get my stuff out of the way. Okay, so I'm dipping my brush in, and I'm basically going to pick up a medium-sized ball. So I'm dipping all the way in, and I'm wiping half of the brush off. And then I'm dragging through my powder. And now we're going to place it just above the free edge. Now you need to hold the nail downward so that, you know, when it flows, it's flowing down. Always pat the free edge ball. You don't want to stroke and wipe that off because that's what's building your nail up. Okay, can you see that? You want to pat it. So I just patted it. I haven't wasted any of it. I haven't wiped any of it off. Okay, so that's the first ball, and I see there's a little bare spot on the free edge. I'll fix that. That's not a problem. So then the second ball, and because this is a medium size or medium length nail, I could probably do the cuticle ball now, but I won't. We'll place the next ball right here. Okay, let it flow, guide it from side to side, and now is when you can start stroking to smooth it downward. And I hope I'm not shaking my table. Okay. Okay, so here is when we get to the cuticle application, and I hope you can see this really close. I'll have another clip at the end of me doing my daughter's nails, and that one's a really good shot of me doing the cuticle area. The thing with the cuticle area is you want to get it just close enough, but not actually touching the cuticle. And that can be really tricky. But again, it's all about your consistency. If it's too wet, it's going to run into the cuticle, and then you're going to have to go in and wipe it out and do all of that. You want to be able to just put it just close enough, like you just want to kiss it, barely even kiss it. And then you just kind of guide it. I'll show you. So here I'm going to pick up a small ball. Okay, now watch. I'm going to place it, and I'm going to guide it. But look, I'm not even going, my brush isn't touching the top of the acrylic. You see that? All I'm doing is guiding it, and I'm going to stroke it out. You see that? When I placed it, I didn't even go up here and touch up here. All I did was guide it from side to side. This is going to settle on its own up there. You don't even need to touch that. Don't go up there wiping and stroking. Leave that alone. As soon as you place it, start guiding it from side to side and stroking it out. Stroke the bottom of it out, okay? Not the top. Don't touch that up there. So you see how close it is, and it's not even touching the cuticle. Now I know I got a little bald spot over here, so let me fix that. Okay, and then you can just look at the nail and tell where you need any additional products. So I'm going to go down here to this tip, add that there, and I'm just going to pat it. I'm not going to stroke it because I want all of it to stay. Okay, just pat that in. You have to know when to pat and when to stroke. All right, and then I'm going to put one little small wet bead here in the middle just to smooth everything out and connect everything. Okay, so that's it. So you can see the acrylic is close, but it's nowhere near touching the cuticle. Okay, Now we're going to do this again on a form. So, okay, so here we are again, and I have a nail already prepped here with a form. And these are Tammy Taylor Competitive Edge oval forms. I know a lot of people are afraid to use forms, but I learned doing nails on forms. I mean, that was what my teacher trained us on. She figured if you could sculpt, if you could master that first, you could do anything. Like tips would even be, wouldn't even be a problem. So I like to use forms. It takes out a lot of work. You don't have to do as much work. You just, put it on and form the nail. So I have it here, and I'm going to go ahead and pick up a ball. I'm going to try to make this the same size as the other nail. So put it on. Hope you can see. I want to try to shape this one like I shaped the other one, but I don't want to not put enough product on the side, so I'll just file it later. And then take that up. This might even be a little longer. Okay. So that's the first ball, and then we're going to do the second. Again, I'm using medium-sized balls. Guide it from side to side and stroke it down. All it takes is practice. Now we're going to do the cuticle ball so you can see again. So I'm placing the ball just under the cuticle, and I'm going to press it back a little bit and then go ahead and guide from side to side and stroke it out. I'm using a liquid that's kind of dry and fast, so that's why I'm having a little bit of issue with the ball setting up. But I stroked that out. As you can see, it's close to the cuticle, but not touching. I'm going to go ahead with the medium bead here for the stress area. And one more down here at the bottom. Hope I didn't get out of frame. It just needs a little bit more right here. Again, I'm using the Tammy Taylor P3 acrylic. You can purchase it on tammytaylor.com. My form is opened up a little bit. Now when this starts to dry, I'm going to pinch it. I like colors like this because you can just wear it natural and you don't need to have any polish or anything if you just want to go for a natural look. Okay. Really quick about brushes. Again, I always use a number 8 brush. I said in a previous video that I was going to throw this brush away. This is my Easy Flow Grand Artist 508, which is basically a number 8 brush. And this is the brush that you see in almost all of my tutorials with this stupid hair sticking up. And I just can't bring myself to throw it away. I love this brush so much. Even though it's gotten mangy, I've had it for a very, very long time, and I can't throw it away. Another brush that I can't throw away is this Tammy Taylor Small Flat Custom, and it is a flat brush, as you can see. And this is just, I just love it. It's great for everything, for acrylic application, for 3D, not like 3D flowers, but making like bows and things like that. But this is another one that is just super mangy. It sheds a lot, just because it's old, because I've had it a long time, and I'm not going to throw it away. I do have this Alpha brush. This is a number 9. And even for a number 9, it just seems really big for me. Like I've used it a few times, and I can't get used to it because it seems really big. And yeah, that's it. I can't use the big giant brushes like that. That's not to say that I never will, but no, I can't. It's too much. So yeah, I think this is ready to be pinched, and the form came open. So I have my pincher right here, which I bought from eBay. I have a video on that about how I got it and where I purchased it. Not to be mean or anything, but sometimes people ask questions in the comments that have already been answered. Either I've said it in the video or it's in the description box, and it can get annoying at times. I mean, even basic stuff, like I've said what kind of acrylic I used in this video, and then somebody will comment and ask me what acrylic I used in this video, or what kind of brush did I use. And that stuff is really, really annoying, and I won't be answering questions that have already been answered. So just a little FYI, not to be mean or anything, but it's just a matter of paying attention in the video or reading the description box, or just, you know, paying attention. So that's pinched, and then what I'm going to do is file and shape these and gloss them up, and then I'll come back and show you the finished result. Here they are. This is the finished result. This was the nail, remember, with the tip, and this was the one that was sculpted. So I hope this video was helpful. Many of you guys leave me really, really sweet comments about how you know, my videos help you out a lot, and you learned a lot, or it helped you to understand some things. So I'm just happy to share what I know. I don't know everything. I'm not good at everything, but you know, I'm happy to share the things that I do know, and you know, whatever it is that I'm learning. So be inspired and always practice, and thanks for watching. Oh, also at the end of this video I'm going to put a clip, so stay tuned again, of me doing one of my daughter's fingers. So thanks guys, bye.